Hi viewers, I am Niharika Sveru, studying first MPC from TSWREIS, Mulugu. Dear friends, before going to start our topic, I would like to share one of my experience and observation. I visited my village during summer holidays. Then, while going into my village, I came across a green fields. They are around with a fencing. And while going into the village, I saw a big playground. In that, a slider attracted me very much. That slider was using a right angle triangle for stability. Then, as I am going into the village, I saw two persons who was painting a house with the help of a ladder. They are adjusting the ladder for the stability. Friends, as you can see on this slide, these three images made me to think and imagine. Then I recollect that which part of mathematics is used to find heights and distances, how we can measure heights and distances. Then I remember that trigonometry is correctly used to measure heights and distances. Friends, I think now you all could guess what topic I am going to present. Alright, today I am going to present application of trigonometry. Friends, before going to know about application of trigonometry, first let us know what are the objectives of our topic. Here friends, you can see the objective of our topic. Knowing the heights and distances without knowing their actual measurement and appreciating the trigonometry in various fields and knowing the heights and distances and finding the real life examples. Friends, now let us know what is trigonometry. Trigonometry is derived from a Greek word. Trigon means triangle and metron means measurement. Totally, the trigonometry means three angles measurement. Friends, the trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the triangles, particularly a triangle in a plane where one side of the angle is 90 degrees. Friends, this is known as trigonometry. Friends, what is the use of trigonometry? What are the other uses of trigonometry? What can we do with trigonometry? Now let us know about it. Historically, the trigonometry was developed for astronomy and geography. Friends, do you know who gave trigonometry? Now let us know what is the history and invention of trigonometry. The civilizations of ancient Egypt, Mesopotamians and the Valley of Indus were have a calculation or observation on trigonometry. Some experts believe that the trigonometry was invented to calculate the sundials. Some historians say that the trigonometry was invented by Hipparchus, who was a great Greek mathematician. Friends, do you know that he also known as greatest astronomical observer? He was the first Greek person to develop the quantitative and accurate models of the motion of sun and moon. He also introduced the division of a circle into 360 degrees into Greece. And he also developed probably the real-apple method to predict solar eclipse. Many ancient mathematicians like Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta would also take part in the field of trigonometry. Friends, now let us discuss about what we can do with trigonometry. Historically, trigonometry was developed for astronomy and geography, but later scientists spread into various fields. Besides the other field of mathematics, the trigonometry was used in physics, engineering and mathematics. Within the field of mathematics, the trigonometry was used in algebra and calculus, which was the greatest application. Friends, now let us know other uses of trigonometry. Trigonometry is used in oceanographies to find heights of the tides in the oceans, and it is also used in satellite systems. The knowledge of trigonometry is used to construct maps. In our day-to-day life, we apply trigonometry in to finding the heights of the building and roof slopes of the building. Friends, there we apply in every sphere of our life in the trigonometry. Now, let us know basic fundamentals of trigonometry. First, let us know what is line of sight. Line of sight is a distance between observer eye to a distant point is called line of sight. Now, let us know what is angle of elevation. Angle of elevation is the angle between horizontal line and the line of sight which is above the horizontal line is called angle of elevation. Friends, as you can see in this figure, an observer, imagine that an observer is standing on a building. He is looking horizontally. So, he should raise his eyes to see the airplane going in the air. Here, the line of sight is formed between observer eye to the airplane. So, the angle is between line of sight and horizontal line which is above the horizontal line is called angle of elevation. Now, let us know what is angle of depression. Angle of depression is the angle between horizontal line and line of sight which is below the horizontal line is called angle of depression. Friends, as you can see in this figure, an observer who was standing on the top of the tower. He is looking at a person who was standing in front of the tower from far distance. Here, the line of sight is formed between observer who was standing on the top of the tower to the person who was standing in front of the tower. And here the angle of depression is formed between horizontal line and the line of sight which is below the horizontal line is called angle of depression. Friends, I think you are good at basic fundamentals of trigonometry. Now, let us do an example how to find heights without knowing their actual measurement. Friends, as you can see on this slide, there is a figure. Here we should find the height of the flagpole. There is an observer who was standing at point A. The distance between observer to the flagpole is 18 meters. Here the person is seeing the top of the flagpole. Here the angle of elevation is formed with 45 degrees. So friends, let us visualize the height of the flagpole as x. Here we know the angle and we also know the distance between foot of the flagpole to the observer. If we know the angle and the distance, we can easily apply trigonometry to find the heights. Here now let us apply tan ratio. It is defined as opposite side by adjacent side. Friends, in this figure, opposite side is the height of the flagpole and adjacent side is the distance between observer to the flagpole. Now let us apply tan ratio. Tan 45 is equals to opposite side which we visualize is as x by adjacent side. Adjacent side is the distance between observer to the flagpole. So x by 18. X will gives you 18 into tan 45. The value of the angle tan 45 is 1. So 18 into 1 will give us 18 feet. So the height of the flagpole is 18 feet. Friends, have you imagined that we can also find height of a building without knowing actual measurement? I think now you are also interested to find the distance between two distant objects. Friends, as you can see on this slide, there is a distance between airplane and a tree. Here we should find the distance between airplane and the tree. The angle is formed with 30 degrees. Here we know the angle and the height of the airplane from the ground level. So we can easily apply trigonometry to find the distance between airplane and a tree. Friends, let us visualize the distance between airplane and tree as x. Friends, as you have observed in the previous figure, the level of the ground and horizontal line are equal. So the opposite side and interior angles are equal in measure. Now let us apply tan ratio to find the distance between two distant objects. Friends, here they gave the angle 30 degrees. Let us assume that the distance between airplane and the tree is x. So tan 30 is equals to 2 by x. So x is equals to 2 into tan 30. Then x will gives you 2 into root 3. Then the distance between airplane and the tree is 3.464 miles. So the distance between the airplane and the tree is 3.464 miles. Friends, till now we have seen what are the basic fundamentals and applications of trigonometry. Now let us know what are the applications of trigonometry. Friends, trigonometry spreads into various fields like astronomy, navigation, engineering, optics, chemistry, physics, land surveying, oceanography, pharmacy, game development, etc. In enormous fields, we can apply trigonometry. Friends, now let us know how trigonometry is applied in astronomy. Here, the trigonometry was used in astronomy from ancient times. The technique of trigonometry is used to find the distance between sun to planets or nearby the stars. In 240 before Christ, a mathematician named Eratosthenes who find the radius of the earth by using trigonometry and geometry. In 2001, a group of European astronomers did an experiment on the distance between sun to planet, which was started in 1997. Venus was 10 crore 50 lakhs kilometers away from the sun. As you can see in this figure, friends, the Venus was away 10 crore 50 lakhs away from the sun. Friends, now let us know how trigonometry is applied in architecture. Trigonometry is applied in architecture. Nowadays, we are seeing that many modern buildings are made up of curved surfaces. They are made up of glass, marble, stone, etc. It was extremely difficult, if not possible. Friends, the one way to address this problem is to piece all the surfaces together. All the surfaces together can make a curved surface. So, if there are regular shapes, the construction must be easier. And the regular shapes like square, rectangle, hexagon are made up of triangles. So, trigonometry plays a major role in architecture. Now, let us know how trigonometry is applied in surveying. Friends, as you can see on this slide, there is a river. We should find the distance between two banks of the river. There is a person standing at one bank of the river and there is a tree at another bank of the river. If a person moves 100 meters forward, then he can see the tree. Here we find the angle of elevation with 60 degrees. Friends, I think here we can apply trigonometry to find the distance between two banks of the river. Here the angle is 60 degrees and the distance is 100 meters. Let us apply trigonometry to find the distance between two banks of the river. Tan 60 is equals to opposite side. Let us visualize it as D. D by adjacent side, which is the distance walked by the person. D by 100. So, D is equals to tan 60 into 100. Then D will gives you root 3 into 100. Then the value is 173.2 meters. The distance between two banks of the river is 173.2 meters. Friends, I think you are happy with knowing what are the applications of trigonometry we are using in our day-to-day life. Now, let us know how trigonometry is applied in real world. Friends, I think you all know 7 wonders of our world, isn't it, friends? One of the 7 wonders, Egyptian pyramids, the Pyramid of Giza, which was located in Egypt. The primitive forms of the pyramids are constructed by using trigonometry of 7 wonders of our world. And friends, there are many famous places in our India, isn't it, friends? One of the famous place in our India Jantar Mantar, which was located in New Delhi. For millennia, the trigonometry plays a major role to find the distance between stellar bodies and their paths. Friends, see, the trigonometry is also applied in famous places of our world. Architects use trigonometry to calculate the exact angle of intersection for the structure for stability and safety. For instance, trigonometry use architects like domes, arches, etc. And then trigonometry is also used in canyons. Do you know that the trigonometry is also applied in geography? Now let us know how trigonometry is applied in geography. To know the deep and the true angles of the figures which was we chosen. Friends, as you can see here, the Grand Canyon skywalk. The geologist has to know the exact angle and deep of the figures. If they know the surrounding rock could withstand, then they can easily construct skywalks. Geologists contributes to the safety for many building foundation. Friends, these are the applications of our world and of our country. Now, let us look into the slide, friends. Friends, can you guess who is she? Our superhero Purna, isn't it, friends? Can you guess how she became famous in our world? By climbing Mount Everest in her earlier age. Friends, do you know the height of the Mount Everest? Can you measure height of the Mount Everest by using tape or a scale? Is it possible, friends? No, it is not possible. That's why we use trigonometry to find the height of the mountains. Friends, as you can see in this slide, there is a mountain. If we know the foot of the mountain to the observer who was standing far from the mountain, if we know the distance between foot of the mountain to the observer, we can easily measure the angle by using clinometer. If we know the angle and the distance between foot of the mountain to the person, we can easily find the height of the mountain by using trigonometry. Friends, can you see this? There is a 3-storied building. How can we find the 3-storied building? If we know, friends, this is a clinometer. By using clinometer, we can find the height of the building. If we know the angle and the distance between foot of the mountain to the clinometer, we can easily find the height of this building. This method is only applied for our previous slide, which was discussed about mountains. To find the height of the mountains, they use trigonometry to find the height of the mountains. Here also, we use clinometer to find the height of this building. Friends, I think after knowing about real life example of this 3-storied building, you have understood how to measure angle. We can measure the angle with the clinometer. Have you cleared? Okay, friends. Now, let us know how trigonometry is used in architecture. Friends, as we discussed in our previous slides, it is also used in architecture to find the heights of the building. It is also used in crime investigators to know the distance between revolver and the person. Do you know, friends, that trigonometry is also applied in medicines? The radiologists use trigonometry to find the length of the plate which they inserted in bone surgeries, and it is also used in playgrounds to find the height of the poles. Friends, have you wondered that as astronomers went to the space and find the distance between sun to planets with a tape or a scale? Is it possible, friends? No, it is impossible. That's why they use trigonometry to find the distance between sun to planets. Now, let us move on to our conclusion. Trigonometry begins with triangle, but not restricted into triangles. Trigonometry carries many ideas of triangle, as in astronomy. In astronomy, they use trigonometry to find the distance between sun to planets, and it is also used in architecture to find heights and distances of the buildings. And as we all discussed before, the trigonometry is also used in geography to construct maps, and it is also used in forensic sciences, biology, and to find the directions. Friends, after knowing this all examples, I think you have cleared about what is trigonometry and what are the applications of trigonometry. Viewers, it's your time to find the distances and heights of our real life examples and to know real life examples. Now, let us move on to our evaluation part. Friends, before going to our evaluation part, I think you have all cleared about what are the distances and heights of a trigonometry. We can use trigonometry to find heights and distances. Now let us move on to our evaluation part. Friends, as you can see on this slide, how trigonometry is used in the field of medicine, especially by the radiologists. Friends, trigonometry is used by radiologists, as we discussed in our previous slides, to find the length of the plate which was inserted in the bone surgeries, and radiologists use trigonometry to find the distance between bones. Friends, next move on to our another question. Give an example how trigonometry used in forensics. Trigonometry is used in forensics by investigators. They find the distance between revolver and the person who was standing far from the distance. And now let us know how trigonometry is useful in seismology. Trigonometry is useful in seismology for finding the center of the earthquake and intensity of the earthquakes. Now let us know how mathematical concept trigonometry is used in the field of engineering. In the field of engineering, trigonometry plays a major role to find heights and distances of different structures. Friends, finally, my point is how trigonometry is used in engineering we have completed. So finally, what is trigonometry? Friends, have cleared about trigonometry as we have discussed before? Okay, now let us revise what is trigonometry. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the triangles, particularly a triangle in a plane. One angle of the triangle is 90 degrees. Friends, I think you are cleared about what is trigonometry and what are the uses of trigonometry. Friends, we can apply trigonometry in our day-to-day life wherever we find. As we discussed in our first story, which was I shared my experience. In that, as you seen friends, if you also go to your fields, you can see the fencing around the fields and a person climbing, the person painting a house. And while going to my village, I also come across a person who was climbing a coconut tree with the help of the ladder. Then I use trigonometry there, how far it works. Then friends, you also use trigonometry where you want to find heights and distances. Trigonometry used wherever we want to find heights and distances. Okay friends, these are the applications of trigonometry and uses of trigonometry. I think you are all familiar with them. So thank you friends. Thank you for TSAT Network and TSWREIS Society, and to thank our beloved Secretary Sir R.S. Praveen Kumar Sir and Telangana government for giving me this golden opportunity. Thank you.
కాదు ఈడ పెట్టుకో. ఇంతవరకు మా అమ్మాయి చూడలేదా నువ్వు? ఓకేనా?
పీపీటీ రాలేదు సార్. మాట్లాడాలా? బ్రదర్ ఇంకా పీపీటీ రాలేదు. అందరికీ శుభ సాయంత్రం. నా పేరు ఎన్వాణి. నేను నార్సింగి పాఠశాలలో చదువుతున్నాను.